Anyways, alright, now for the video. Hello everybody. We have finally gotten access to the DLC. And we're starting off with some Wood Elf action with an absolutely terrible build, trying just about all of the new units that we could fit in. We got Ariel with her crazy amounts of Winds of Magic buffs. She has tons of spells, Soul Stealer too, and a lot of healing to support our elite cavalry in the form of Stag Knights. Let's see, we'll put those guys on 3. We also have some Glade Rider Spears, just to run down any skinks that decide to bother us. And aside from that, we just mixed in some of the newly patched Dryads with their speedy 43 speed. And a Glade Guard unit with Starfire Shafts, which got no changes, but you know, we need some range, right? This build can only get so bad before we decide to change it. Now, Ariel, she has this ability that lets her switch firing modes. She can poison, and she can also sunder armor, and nice, you can also see the effects. We're glitched out for a second. All you have to do is click the multi-shot, and it will go out of the border. But ignoring that, we're just going to leave her on her single entity firepower thing. Yes, that's right. Ariel is extremely expensive. And what are we gonna do with the Stag Knights? Yeah, we'll just leave them in the forest along with Ariel, vanguarded. You know what? We can pretty aggressively vanguard them too. Then I think we're good. We give our opponent a good luck, have fun, and see how this goes. Our army can scoot up. And what does this captain do? Oh, nice. Pretty decent combat stats. With, oh my gosh, 35 anti-large? Oh my gosh, so what? You just get this captain and then you sick them on some lizards in melee and she'll just wreck them? That's pretty cool. Oh, and does she have a... Come on, select her. No, she doesn't have sundered armor, but she does give +5 melee defense in a radius. You know what? I feel like this character might be more of a melee character than a ranged one. Let's see, magic ammunition too. Oh, this is pretty sick. Although I think I should have taken her on a mount, but I already have no money, so whatever, good enough. Our opponent is ready. We have basically no units, but we have a lot of healing. Let's see here. You're off fire at will, and we're gonna start off with this Eagle Quiver ability. Oh, actually, there's no good targets for it. Also, with my debug camera gone, it's disorienting me like crazy. So we'll probably play pretty badly here, but you know what? It's fine. Now, let's see. We got what the? Oh no, that's my Glade Captain shooting. Now we have some Cold One Riders here. Let's see how our normal shot fares versus them. And whoa, let's see. Okay, takes out a model. That's not the worst. And these guys do not want to be in the fight yet. We're going to switch to multi-shot now, and see what some cycle charging does. Okay, multi-shot does a little bit of damage. Maybe it will do better versus the chameleon skinks. And okay, nice. We get a big Stag Knight charge. And you know what? We'll be running over some skinks today. Let's just do that. Meanwhile, oh yeah, she doesn't have a multi-target heal, so that could be a problem. But you know, I'm sure it's fine. So we'll bring our mobile cavalry towards the skinks. Bring an Ariel to hold up these lizards. Give our Dryads a good fight, and then bring our mobile cavalry back to charge into the Cold One Riders. Ariel. Oh wait, no, not Ariel. The sisters can do the multi-shot into the Cold One Riders. And we can see how well that does. Not extremely well, but you know what? It's fine. Let's see, how are my riders doing? They can rout off more skinks. You know what? I've been really blessed by the fact that we've had so many skinks here. And what is actually crazy to me right now is that these Stag Knights have just taken no damage Like, absolutely no damage. What's this? Gorok? Okay, you know what? You can just get sniped out by the sisters. And, oh, Stag Knights. There you go. There's another target for you to charge towards. Now, this berry wine, if I use it on the Great Stag Knights, the non-ROR variant, maybe that will keep them alive. Oh, man. Oh, my debug camera is so messed. And, oh, yeah. Oh, the cast range is reduced, too, so we can throw down an Awakening of the Wood. Right here. Come on. Alright, well, I goofed that up a tiny bit. But you know what? Whatever. It's completely fine. What's this? Dart of Doom, Magic Missile. Don't need that yet. And okay, I'm getting screwed over a little bit because I didn't bring any AoE healing. But it's fine. It is completely fine. Stag Knights, you charge those skinks down. And nice. They're doing okay. Where are my Glade Rider Spears? They can move into support. And Ariel is just an absolute beast right now. She's just been sitting in combat forever. With no problems at all. Well, my Stag Knights just run down the Lizardmen. Nice. Ooh, let's see how well the Spears do against the Cold One Riders here. So, they're gonna get a solid charge. And, yeah, they do okay, but now they're gonna die. So, a little bit underwhelming on that part. And my Stag Knights are taking a little bit of damage now, but Ariel, the complete beast, does she cause terror? She does. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, we just have like a really nice, powerful strike force over there. And meanwhile, the sisters are up to 100 kills? Jeez, what did I miss? What have the Sisters of Twilight been doing? Did not even notice. So what? We're just gonna keep sending in our Dryads. Our Glade Guard are totally dead. My Micro is not the best in the world, but doesn't matter. Maybe not. Let's continue to heal up our Stag Knights. You can see here that they're at basically full leadership. Which is good on them. And we're also letting our Lord get caught. But honestly, not a problem. Let's bring the Stag Knights over. And you can see there too, they're firing while running away. Getting in even more damage. Actually getting some like 12 kills on the Cold One Riders. It's pretty exciting. And as soon as they take off, let's see if we can snipe out Gorok. Wherever he is. Where's Gorok? There he is. We're going to use our AP missile, and wow, it fires extremely quickly and does a decent amount of damage. That's pretty sick. Let's see what. These Cold One Riders are about to get taken out. We can throw another heal on them. Its Apotheosis is pretty great, by the way. And then, yeah, then we just cycle charge some Saurus Warriors in the back. Nice. Nice. Hey, look, balance of power swinging in our favor, too. Ariel just being an absolute beast. You know what? Before the game ends, let's look at what Dart of Doom does. Come on. Dart of Doom him. Cast it. Come on. Just get the cast. Oh my gosh. Come on, Ariel. Can you cast it in combat? So, Gorok is at 1,500. Okay, so Ariel will not cast Dart of Doom in combat. That's good to know. But hey, we have a Soul Stealer now. So, you know, if Gorok is giving us any troubles, why not just give him some direct damage? There we go. That should basically just rout him off. You know, while I was looking at the Dart of Doom, we did let our Stag Knights die. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. As soon as we kill Gorok, they should be hitting army losses because Ariel is worth 1 million. So, come on. Just take out Gorok. It can't be that difficult. Oh, man. I feel like I really would have liked a regrowth here. But whatever. There we go. There's a win. Oh, man. What a scrappy game. But, wow. Those Stag Knights were so good. Look at them. They got more value than I paid for them. In optimal circumstances. Yes, they're OP. What's it? We also have our normal Stag Knights. Wow. They didn't even get 1,500. Absolute garbage. Ethereal every time against Lizardmen. Clearly. Meanwhile, our Dryads. did pretty well. They basically paid for themselves since troops do rout. And Ariel actually basically paid for herself too, and at full HP. So I think she's pretty sick, actually. Meanwhile, the sisters getting 2,000 gold worth of value, sort of like Luther Harkin value. I think that's great. Wow. Okay. Okay, so already I'm really liking the Stag Knights. They control really well, and yeah, they sort of feel like demogryphs, I'd say. They were at really high HP for a lot of that game too. I'm not sure if that's just because of my opponent, or because Stag Knights are great, or because I had healing. But they definitely they held up pretty well. So for Skaven, we are up against the Empire. He did lock in pretty quickly, so we don't have a whole time to we didn't have a whole time to set up a proper build, but that's okay. We brought Throt, of course, with his crazy healing ability, his Rat Ogre summon, and his bonus verse large and immune to psychology. I suspect that will do us pretty well against the Empire Cavalry. We also have our Scurvy Dogs over here. We'll put them on hotkey 1, because we are Vampire Coast now. Then we'll also just move up these Rotting Prometheans. And then get our Silostra Darafin over on that flank. Our Vampire Caster with the pistol summons too. Do pretty good, although they did get nerfed. So we'll have to be a little bit more careful with our Winds of Magic. To also take this, I don't know, what's the equivalent here? We'll call it a Leviathan, why not? With Crown of Command, which turns our units into basically undead units. Not that they weren't already undead, but there we go. Our army is set up. Our opponent didn't give us time to set up our build, so I guess we'll return the favor and make sure that there's less time for them to deploy. But whatever, they're already done deploying, and it looks like he has opted for a heavy infantry build. Ugh, that could be bad for us. There's also a Bright Wizard, presumably with Burning Head, but guess what? It got nerfed. It lost like half its damage or something. I think I saw in the patch notes. It looked like it was down a lot of damage. Oh, there is a fireball coming in though. Oh man, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Okay, we're gonna have to start summoning right away. Did I forget to bring ranged units? I think I did. Now, let's see here. We got Empire Knights. And Gorich is going to have to juke. Going to have to juke quite a bit, actually. But that should be fine. And as soon as the fighting gets underway, we can use our rats to occupy these knights. We can get a little bit closer. Our rat ogres do not want to get shot up. And it looks like that Empire Captain could be a little bit out of position. And we can just begin moving in our troops. I think Throt is fine fighting Empire Knights, so we'll let him do that. Then we'll also get our Rat Ogres and just begin charging in to that back line. Oh no, our Wolf Rats! Ah! Okay, so Wolf Rats can charge in. It looks like the Empire Knights are moving out. We can summon our Rat Ogres directly on top of them. And now we also have the frontline fighting beginning. This guy still needs to be using his summons, and turns out Burning Head, you know what, it's still just as useful as before. So don't underestimate it. It can definitely still do a lot of damage. Let's see, meanwhile, my Rat Ogres are getting pinned up. But now we can get our Wolf Rats in. And on top of that, oh my gosh. Jeez, the Mad Lad just died to some flagellants? No, not like this. Okay, so Gorich got taken to Pound Town. Oh my gosh, Gorich, I think he just got shot to death. I wasn't exactly watching him. And you know what? It turns out sometimes you get punished for things like that. Let's see, is he back? No, he's actually just dead. Ugh. Okay, so that's a bit bad, but you know what? We'll give our rats some leadership. We'll give them some healing. Yeah, there we go. We'll give them healing, and then and hopefully we can just cycle charge this infantry to death. Let's see, our wolf rats are actually holding out pretty well. They will be able to shut down the handgunners. We have more wolf rats that will be able to come around and hit these archers from the side. Man, it's just too bad Gorich just died immediately. That was rough. Those wolf rats are gonna rout. You know what? Just rout those huntsmen. I mean those handgunners. Oh no! Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Now rat ogres, you can charge those archers. And you know what? Thwot at the very least is doing okay. It's just too bad that my ideas of a glorious wolf rat backline play have been thwarted. Oh no, oh no, oh it's all over. It's all over. Alright, so Skaven are clearly underpowered in the new patch. You can tell because of the variety of nerfs. But yeah, so clearly what happened here. Wolf rats did not perform very well versus the range. They actually did get some of them to rout, but they didn't help out too much. And Gorich sort of just got shot to death, mostly due to my misplay. Okay, with this game, we're playing as the Dowie going up against Dark Elves, and you might be asking, at this point, why am I playing Dwarves when the new patch is about the Skaven and the Wood Elves? Well, I will tell you, it's because the Dowie actually got some very nice buffs. Not only that, a lot of large monstrous units got nerfs to their melee defense, which is especially good for all our melee dwarves that will be caught up against the monsters. This guy has a small army, doesn't he? Yep, he does. Now, what's it? Yeah, so, thinking. It's hard. Now, there are some very nice updates here. Dowie infantry are much harder to push through. And most importantly, we have buffs to their abilities. Like, huge buffs. What's it? We have Grombrindle. With Grombrindle has no fear, adding 24 melee defense in a fairly wide radius and unbreakable. I think this is pretty nice. We also have the Runesmith, who has a ranged effect now on the runes, which is really good because you can give support where it's needed. With that out of the way, let's see what this Dark Elf player has for us. It looks like 2 Manticores, a whole bunch of Harpies, thank goodness we didn't bring Gyros, and probably a lot of Shades. Oh nice, Supreme Sorceress of Beasts. Little do you know that that Manticores got nerfed, at least Manticore summons anyways. Now we can't see, he is opting to go for that flank, but just a little bit of positioning means that we don't have to worry too much. He does actually, he summons a Manticore early. I question that play. That's 18 winds of magic out of the bag for him. And you know what, we're just gonna slow it down. And then we're gonna kite with our range units just to make sure that it deteriorates. Now it still lasts just as long, I think. Yeah, going on for like about a minute. But it costs more winds of magic. It means we won't be seeing Flock of Doom. Not that we saw that very often anyways. And here we go. The Manticores do dive in now. We have Slayers at the ready. And we can give them less melee attack. And we can also... Yeah, there we go. Look at that. I got a castable... I have a castable thing now. So we can just buff up our resistances there. We can let our backlines get charged needlessly. And then we can witness how strong blasting charges still are. So we'll just throw that out. See, some Harpies are coming in. But now we just have a huge big fight. But what's this? Grombrindle has no fear. Let's give all of our troops a ton of melee defense and unbreakable, while they completely mulch the Dark Elf front line. Meanwhile, Slayers will defend the back line. And you know what? We can position. We can actually pretty easily position a nice armor buff for our dwarves on the left flank. Wow, that is super convenient. That is crazy convenient. What's it now? We're going to debuff that Manticore. We're gonna get it surrounded. And you know what? Let's get these Iron Drakes out and use them to start melting those Harganeth Executioners. Also, may I add, Grombrindle's now unbreakable, which you know, fitting for the lore. He's basically like a ghost of vengeance, right? Something along those lines. So I think it makes sense. And yeah, you know, blasting charges were nerfed, but you know, running straight headlong into them will still result in a pretty bad time for you. So don't do that. And also Grombrindle. Oh wow, that's a Malice Darkblade. I did not notice. Okay, we'll have to be a little bit careful there. But I think we should be about good. Grombrindle is faring okay in that matchup. And our Giant Slayers, you know, that added non-AP damage, not really changing much versus Executioners, but whatever. Whatever. This is a great time. We'll throw down another AoE buff, and that is so convenient. As someone that had to fare with all the janky like positioning of your lord to get those buffs, it's a huge quality of life change. There we go. We'll throw down a flash bomb. We'll bring in our these guys, and then we're gonna let Grombrindle totally die to Malice Darkblade. But hey, look at that, he's unbreakable. So despite being so low, he won't be routing. He will continue to provide leadership for the proud Dowie today, as he runs to safety. We're also losing this game pretty badly now that I'm looking at the balance of power. But look at that. Things are working out pretty well. Malice, you can get a debuff. These Executioners, you can get a debuff. And Grombrindle, you help there. And I think it's just the summons and Malice that are really decreasing our balance of power. I think we're actually not in too bad of a position here. But Malice Darkblade did get a buff, which makes things a bit scary. Now let's see, where's Grombrindle? He's doing okay at a decent amount of health. And look at that, another perfect AoE cast on all of our troops. Oh, what the crap? This guy has 2 beast casters? Dude, you don't even have enough winds of magic. What are you doing? Alright, these guys need to get away from Malice, because he is just going to be continuing to do his crazy abilities here. And no, we're gonna hit army losses? No! No! Oh man, rip. Alright, well, GG. GG to our opponent. But I think that was pretty good. We did misplay pretty heavily anyways, but... Wow, Dowie are feeling pretty different, I must say. Now, for sure, I could have changed up my build a tiny bit. But our opponent did do pretty well there. We let the Harganeth Executioner still tear my poor Dowie apart. But, okay, look, here we go. These are the nerfed miners with blasting charges. Look at that damage. They got nerfed like what? Like what, 10, 20? Like, they got nerfed like 15% damage. But they still get a crazy amount of value. Now, I think it does count friendly fire. But even so, that's not bad. Where did we lose value, actually? Our Rune Lord didn't do too much, but his buffs helped. We lost value on our Longbeards. There we go. There we go. Our front line didn't do too much damage. Our Slayers actually did surprisingly well. And our Rangers got compromised, so of course they didn't do too well. But yeah, there you go. Very exciting first Dowie game. So we're playing as the Wood Elves against High Elves, bringing a very different build than you would usually expect. We have 2 Noble Chariots, along with Alarielle merged together with Shaggoths to form an unholy combination of crazy amounts of healing and armor buffs. Bring these guys up to 120, which means they actually do become Noble Chariots, with 60 charge bonus and 360 damage, most of it AP, and a crazy amount of anti-large. These guys will kill dragons like no one's business. In fact, even if they're not in melee, they can shoot dragons too. Puts them in a really nice position. For our infantry, we have the usual line of Eternal Guard, but what's this? We got some elite infantry, some blade singers who will hopefully not die to a million archers. We'll also be using this whirling death ability, since high elves do not have a lot of armor. Stop calling it stagger chariot. Whatever, man, it's my stream. So we have the whirling death ability, which we can use to cut down any unarmored high elf units. In fact, if we see rangers, these guys are gonna mulch them up. It's gonna be great. On top of that, we also have the Treekin with the new Vanguard, which means we can put them in the center of the map. And by the time our infantry get to the red line, our Treekin will also be able to engage, which is very, very nice for them. And of course, last but not least, Drycha, the Dryad Summoner, which will shut down all of those archers. She also has a special ability right over here. Nope, not there. Right over here. Fang of Talroth, which will increase ability recharge by quite a bit. So all we got to do is bounce between Melkoths and an enfeebling foe. And the Wood Elves, they won't be able to cast anything, which is definitely a great thing for us. Meanwhile, Drycha, she also has... What is this? Hit points are greater. So Drycha gives a bunch of melee buffs if she's taken damage. Pretty interesting. She also has Frenzy and a whole bunch of different abilities. Gotta avoid fire. You know what? If they have Imric, actually, you know, if they have Imric, these bad boys are gonna just ruin them. Or girls, I guess. Now, yeah, there we go. That is our build out of the way. Now let's get into our opponent's build. Good luck, have fun to them. And we can see they have brought 700 troops. Interesting. If they have brought archers, we will definitely be able to shut them down with our Dryad summons. So we'll just throw down a Dryad summon. Oh, 1 second. Okay, we're good. So we'll throw down a Dryad summon. If there's a techless, we'll use our Mystifying Miasma to set his abilities on cooldown. We'll Pendulum the second unit of archers, and then charge in with this pretty strong front line. Hopefully just tear us apart some Wood Elves. Here we go. Very excited. And we also got those Zotes too. Oh boy. Now Wood Elves. Oh, he's opted for Phoenix Guard. That's interesting. On top of that, some Princes, and oh, okay, these guys aren't 360-degree fire. That's interesting. I guess we'll get them to shoot some Lothern Sea Guard at the start just to see how well they do. Let's see, it looks like not a whole ton of damage yet. Let's see, how well do Treekin do against archers? We can dodge with them. And you know what? Loose another volley, I dare you. There we go. So Pendulum, very good if you cast between volleys. That means even if they dodge, you can still get a lot of damage. So we'll just move up. And then these guys, they didn't actually do that much damage to the Lothern Sea Guard. Do they move while firing? I think they do. And you know what? Let's get them into the fight. Let's get Drycha in. Let's get our Treekin. Guess on those guys. And then what's the range of this? Not bad. There we go. And yeah, we just shut down those guys for basically free. And now that those archers are shut down, we bring in the Blade Singers and we have them fight the Lothern Sea Guard. Meanwhile, our hero core can chase that mage. We'll bring another Pendulum in on those guys. And we can also start using our cavalry. Those can move in over here. And our hero squad. Let's see, you chase the life mage. You get out of those that elite infantry. And you guys need to run for your lives. Let's see, where can I throw down this healing? I guess here. And oh my gosh, look at that damage. Oh my gosh. Well, that's pretty crazy. We've broken the front line, but now we got these Reavers coming in through the back. Oh my gosh, look at that damage. Oh, and look at the Dryads. They just tore things apart. Jeez, these Glade Captains are crazy good. Yeah, you can go there. You can fight dragon princes. So why not? And you know what? Let's throw down a mystifying miasma. Who is this? Just a prince? What's it? Oh my gosh, look at that. Just running down the Mage of Life. Oh my gosh. That's pretty great. Meanwhile, our Blade Singers are doing good work. And let's just pull back our Zotes. Move Drycha in. And shut down another unit of Lothern Seaguard for basically free. Meanwhile, I see this Blade Captain needs some support. So we'll just give them a heal. Like we're High Elves. There we go. This guy, keep chasing down that Mage of Life. And Zotes, you can move in to shut down the Dragon Princes. These guys can shut down the Reavers. And yeah, just keep chasing down that Mage of Life. Drycha, how are you doing? I think you can probably use it and throw down a debuff somewhere. Oh, those Blade Singers are doing really good too. You know what? You can get some healing. Then Zotes, yeah, give her some armor. Nice. That'll make her so that she basically doesn't die. And then as soon as that runs out, we can throw down another armor buff on her. Actually, that lasts a really long time. Nice. You know what? Debuff the Dragon Princes. Look at that. She does so much damage. We're just fighting High Elves head to head like it's nothing. Look at these Blade Singers. They have 88 kills. They paid for themselves already. This is crazy. Alright, Zotes, you can back it up. Spear units, you can go there. And then you can go over there and just continue fighting Dragon Princes like it is no problem in the world. Let's see, who are you diving on? Oh my gosh, look at those Treekin too. Doing not terribly, I think. What's their damage value? Oh yeah, they're actually doing okay. Alright, let's see. No, he doesn't have any casters left. So we don't need to spam Drycha's ability. I see one of the Glade Captains. You know what? They're actually doing fine. We'll bring them there. And then the Blade Singers. You can have fun killing some Phoenix Guard. Like it's no problem. What the? I thought I routed that Mage of Life. You get back here. Nice. So we routed the entire High Elf force. And won in a head-on-head fight. Which is something that you usually would not see very often. So this is actually a pretty big change from what you would expect usually. Let's see, Treekin, you can attack the princes. And you know what, Zotes, you can buff up the armor of my Blade Singers. Give them 75 armor. Oh my gosh, look at that. The Glade Captains, they shoot while firing. So even if you run away with the mages, they'll just keep shooting at them. And take them out as they follow. You can see there that mage is basically dead. These Phoenix Guard are basically dead too. We can pull back our Zotes now. And Drycha can get in the fight over there. Meanwhile, there we go. Our Glade Captain sitting at a solid 1,500 gold value. Our other Glade Captain 1,400 gold. Really proving their worth here. Do they actually shoot while firing? Wait, they shoot while firing? Oh god, that's what I said. No. Oh god, it's captured for the world to hear. They shoot while moving. Oh my gosh, whoops. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no, alright, I'll hide my shame by winning this game. Wow. This matchup is completely on its head now. It's completely on its head. That's such a good... Oh my gosh. All the units are OP. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so just to quickly go over what just happened that game. Because I played this matchup before. And let me just say it does not play out like this before. They move while shooting. That's closer to the correct statement. Now, alright. Oh, thank you, Tekka Sky, for following. Oh my gosh. That makes me feel a little bit better at the very least. Now, let's take a look at what happened that game. We got Zotes. And they just beat the crap out of that cavalry. They also did a lot of damage versus the White Lions, which was good. And more importantly, they were healing our Glade captains and keeping them alive for basically the whole game. Eternal Guard, of course, they just hold the line. So they performed, as you would usually expect. But this right here, you take 1 unit of Blade Singers, and they kill 2 units of Phoenix Guard with some HP left over. All they needed were some regrowths. I think that's insane. 2,200 damage versus elite, or not a damage value. They basically killed 2 Phoenix Guard. So that's good. What's it? These guys didn't do much. Glade Riders with spears. I guess they're better for chasing routing guys, but they didn't do too good. Treekin, though, before would do no damage. Look at that now. They did 600. They got 600 gold worth of value, and they were still at like half HP by the end of the game. They could have actually paid for themselves in a long drawn out fight. I think Treekin are actually viable now based off that. On top of that, our Glade captains are actually OP. You put them on Great Stags and they become nobles on chariots. Except it's not even chariots, it's stags. It's great. And Drycha is a super cheap lord with really good summons. So there we go. So playing Skaven against the Wood Elves. There have been lots of changes here. So let's see how it plays out for Skaven. You can now indeed go for a full-on monster blob build with with the Packmaster, who has AoE healing, a ton of melee attack buffs, immune to psychology, and so on. Hell Pit Abomination ROR, with also a ton of combat buffs, and Thwat, who also comes, of course, with a bunch of combat buffs. He also has a summon. He has healing. This is a really crazy blob. This is like Mazda Mundi levels of strength that we're seeing here. Let's see. We also have some rats to give any archers some problems. Our range support to also give archers problems. And the usual Skaven infantry corps. Our opponent has a very small army, so we're going to see how our monster fighting goes. How important is this map terrain when figuring out battle strategy? A little bit important. You just don't want to go super heavy on the artillery here. Now for the Wood Elves, it looks like a lot of his money has gone into the new 360-degree Firehawk Riders. Pretty interesting, but we got Natty Boobo's Sharpshooters, and that combined with an overcast Howling Warp Gale will give them a lot of trouble. So there we go. We'll just net them down and continue on our merry way. Yeah, just continue to shoot them with Natty Boobos, and I think we're good. These Hawk Riders don't actually do too much damage, and we are far out trading them in terms of damage. They are hitting the Hell Pit Abomination, but it has regeneration, so I'm not too worried there. Our Wolf Rats are also getting shot up. And you know what? These guys haven't actually lost too many models, so it's not like they're not doing terribly. We also got Glade Riders coming in, charging my Skaven slaves. A little bit of an oopsie by me, but we only lose like 20 models, it's fine. So let's continue advancing to see what our opponent has in store. The Sisters of Twilight will be doing quite a lot of poking. They have a lot of range actually, which is pretty annoying. Now using their AoE shot, yeah, they're causing a few problems here. What's this? Just a normal Waystalker? Let's send our 95 speed monster towards it and see how that goes. We'll also use this hill for cover, but we just gotta be aware that, oh wow, he's taking a lot of damage. Get healed. Yeah, we just gotta be aware that that there was the change to the wood elves, which makes it so that their shots will actually land properly if troops are on a hill. Like before, the shots would sort of just shoot at the hill. Now it should be a bit better. There's also some blade singers here, but we got poison wind mortars, so they are definitely not a problem. Also, you can see now the healing on that Packmaster was crazy. And our opponent is now diving in on what, my Skaven slaves and my poison wind mortars. But that's not too bad. We've hit the glade, what are these? The blade singers, the poison wind, so now we can shoot the further ones. And sadly, we have lost our wolf rats. So that sucks. There's also Ariel on top of our Packmaster. So let's see how well he does in combat. We'll throw down all of the buffs on him and see if he's able to grind out Ariel. Let's see. Meanwhile, Throt is doing very well. And my wolf rats are actually back, so maybe they can kill off those Weight Watchers. Blade Singers are continuing to take damage. This is nice for us. And it's really too bad we don't have anything to kill those Blade Singers. Meanwhile, our Packmaster actually putting in some pretty good hurt on Ariel. I like that. And we'll just have to keep an eye on those Hawk Riders to make sure that we can actually snare them. And right as I look away, they fly out. So we won't get the snare. But at the very least, it looks like Ariel's having a bad time. And our mobile heroes are doing pretty well. Blade Singers are now dying to those to the poisoned wind mortars, which helps a lot. And we can also have Throt lock down those guys. Our Packmaster still trading into Ariel. It looks like it's a little bit of an unfavorable fight, so we can just pull him away. Meanwhile, these Blade Singers are now running for the hills, which is good for us. They're a very expensive unit. And we can just get Throt to continue chasing that Waystalker. There we go. And these mobile lords are feeling pretty good. Hell Pit Abomination is still very healthy. And as soon as we get these Blade Singers running, I think it will be time to murder an Ariel. Throt, in the meantime, is just causing a ton of havoc here over in the back line. But we're running out of infantry, so I will have to worry about that. There is some fire damage here in the form of the Firebark Beacon. So let's not die there. And Throt can self-heal. So we're going to do that. The Blade Singers are running again. Can now move here to terrify those guys. And, oh, whoops, it looks like I lost my caster. Whoopsie daisies, what happened to him? Oh, I guess we'll have to figure out another time. For now, we're going to chase these, the Sisters of Twilight. The Hell Pit Abomination. But wow, actually getting a pretty big leadership break on my troops. This guy is, come on. Buff your leadership. No, he's out. Alright, oh man, this is looking rough again. Oh no, we just got shot up by range units. So, important note to self. Keep your wolf rats alive. They're actually a lot squishier than you might expect. Okay, now nice. We do have our troops coming back, and we can buff up that Hell Pit Abomination. He has actually routed off these Sisters of Twilight, so that's a big plus. And you know what? Oh, whoops! I gave damage resistance to the wrong guy. Now, okay, Hell Pit Abomination is healthy, and it's fighting against Firebark Elders. That is good for us, since they don't do too much damage, and I'm more worried about the fact that these archers are just shooting my Hell Pit Abomination to death. So let's see if we can pull it back, so that it can dodge some shots, and then hopefully we can snipe out Ariel. We'll have to see. Our Packmaster is off the battlefield. And you know what? Let's just rampage that Hell Pit Abomination and see if it can do okay. Meanwhile, Ariel, geez, she's so hard to kill. We're not getting a whole ton of damage on her. And I'm starting to regret that I left my Packmaster fighting her. She is a large target, and she is a caster, but, you know, you got a demigod like her. Or is she just a god? I'm not sure about the lore. But anyways, I guess it is fitting for what you would expect from her. And if Throt runs away here, I think that's game. The Sisters of Twilight are actually really crazy good at poking units. And that's GG. Wow, so Skaven failing me again. But I actually have some pretty sick ideas now. The Sisters of Twilight are insane. They're actually insane. Does Packmaster have magic damage? I don't think so. But so Sisters of Twilight, they do a lot of damage because they have crazy range. I think they have homing arrows too, and they could just sit in the skies poking away at heroes for the entire game, which gives me an idea of some crazy kite, like wood elf kite shenanigans. The Hawk Riders were okay against Skaven. Yeah, they did okay. Maybe if I had more Giselles, we would have been good. But let's take a quick look at some damage numbers here. Ariel is insane. She did not die. she killed like 2 of my lords there. And like these are anti-large specialists too, so that was surprising. My lords, they did decent. And my wolf rats actually got pretty good value apparently. So I think if you control these guys really well, it's okay, but they rout so easily. But still, I think there's some hidden OP here. You just have to control them well. Hell Pit Abomination actually didn't pay for itself. It got shot the whole game. And of course, mortars. Always take them, they're good. Introduce my army. So for this Wood Elf vs Skaven game, we brought a pretty silly build, but all of these units have been buffed. And even tree men have Vanguard now. We brought Ariel along with her usual kit. Gonna see if we can snipe artillery with Dart of Doom. And we have the Sisters of Twilight hanging in the back. They'll move in to snipe later in the game. For the Skaven, thankfully he's deployed really close up, which means that we can begin the march of the Ents. We'll just run straight towards them and get the fighting going as quickly as possible. And okay, we can see here Ariel can actually snipe artillery with her Dart of Doom ability. That's pretty big. Some rat ogres are here now, and Ariel, you need to cast some healing on something. Now our trees are doing okay. Oh, there's a Gorich there too. And you know what, the Sisters, you need to shut down those guns. Let's also bring more trees this way. And we can see that our Dryads are dying rather quickly. But our Treekin are holding pretty well, I think. Let's see, we'll cast a Soul Stealer over here on this big blob by Gorich. And where's my tree man? My tree man can move in and take him out too. You can see Ariel is surprisingly proficient in combat. And we're also able to start taking out the weapon teams now. There is a Deathmaster Snicketch coming in, so we'll have to pull back the Sisters. But otherwise, it looks like the fighting is going okay. Ariel will continue to throw down healing on the Treekin, which which will give our entire army 10% resistances, which is good for sure. And then yeah, we're just going to continue with the aggressive push. Gorich is at half HP. And okay, wow, our opponent actually leaves the game. So wow, okay, that was a little bit surprising. I feel like that was a little bit early, and he probably could have kited us a bit harder. But those Treekin are actually amazing. They take no damage now, I must say, and they actually put a little bit of hurting in. You saw on the left flank there, the treekin just refused to rout. Despite being surrounded by rats, they did pretty well. Yeah. In a grind, I think they do super well. Gorich continues to be a disappointment. Same with the wolf rats, honestly. And Ariel is just insane. Her combat stats are like crazy. Look at that. 1,000 damage value that early on in the game. Pretty good. Dryads feel about the same. They didn't feel super special. They're pretty good. But moving on to our Wood Elf game against the Lizardmen. Once again, we got a Blade Singer on a unicorn. You can see here. It has some nice leaves on it to show that it's a Wood Elf unicorn. And she comes with Fear, Wrath of the Wood, which even though she is a dark spellcaster, this is different. And what it does is it gives missile damage to the whole army, actually. Is that good for Kite? Give Waywatchers plus 12% damage? I don't know, maybe that's actually pretty sick. But before we go further into that, I brought Blade Wind, because, I don't know, it's cool. You can cast it on top of yourself. And Soul Stealer to support. That 40% magic resistance too will surely help if we run into any solar engines. There's also the nice cheap cavalry option that we got for the Wood Elves that are super nice for chasing down something like skinks. So we'll be using these guys to cycle charge in and out, and we won't have to worry about taking too much damage on them. For our infantry, we've taken a ton of Blade Singers, 2 of them, which counts up to like almost 2,500 gold. And we're going to see how well they do versus Saurus today. To deal with big monsters, however, we brought 2 units of Zotes. And hopefully, they won't die instantly. We're going to be using their heals to pump up these Blade Singers to keep them alive as long as possible. Which should be fun. They will hopefully win the game for us with their massive amounts of damage. Here we go, on to the battle. Our opponent has opted for skirmishers on the left flank with a heavy vanguard, letting us charge in with our cavalry. They make contact and they do a lot of damage because these guys are not running. So we can see here, they do take a volley, but these guys are shielded, which means that they don't take too much damage from chameleons. And you can see here the benefits of cheap cavalry really showing itself, letting us chase off all of these chameleon skinks without having to invest too much in cavalry. They're also tanking a lot of the damage from the javelins and so on, which is great. We're happy to take damage on these guys. Let's see. We'll also want to pull back these Blade Singers so that they don't get javelin to death. And then we're going to try some new strats. Oh, hey, they finally fixed that ability. That's cool. So we're going to move our Lord in on top of these skinks. And then, okay, they're already running. Well, never mind then. Blade Singers, move in, kill those Saurus Spears. Ranged archers, you can kill Mazdamundi. He's getting torn apart by Zotes right now. It's big, and our cavalry can shut down the solar engine. Nice. These Zotes can now move into position, and Blade Singers can move and doing some good work. And now we can see they removed the minimum cast range. It means we can cast Blade Wind right on top of our Lord, and you can see there leads to some pretty nice damage. Now our Zotes, you guys can heal that nice group of units there, and our Blade Singers can move in and deal 1,000,000 damage. So we'll just have them charge in, and we can witness how powerful they are. Let's bump the armor up to 75 too. And take a look at that damage value. You can see here, not that much actually, so that's a little bit anticlimactic. But whatever. Let's throw down a Soul Stealer something new for the Wood Elves. And let's see how it punishes that blob. See here, getting quite a bit of damage value. Actually getting a few hundred golds worth. Meanwhile, these Blade Singers are doing quite a bit. And as soon as we get them to charge in the back, we can also heal them up with our Zoats. And you know what? Let's give them 70 armor too. Just because why not? You can see here, acting as a sort of like Harganeth Executioners. A ton of anti-infantry damage, a ton of AP, a lot of armor, and even healing too. So you can see now our cavalry is doing great. Our Lord is also doing well. And Blade Wind actually proving decently useful here. Our Zoats too, man. You bring 2 Zoats and you have 4 Earthbloods. That's amazing. We can now use our cheap cavalry to chase off that Bastiladon, while we use our expensive cavalry to do some nice damage. They can charge into these Saurus warrior shields, and with their added damage, that should get them to rout. We can also push them through towards the Skinks, but that won't be needed as we get another win as the Wood Elves. Oh my gosh, Zyphos, I gotta say, Wood Elves they're OP now. They're crazy. That's obviously an exaggeration, but Wood Elves are very good. Wow, 100 kills on my Spellsinger. Zoats basically at full HP, and these Blade Singers, they are great. Look at them. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, I love this unit so much. They're surprisingly easy to keep safe too. Could still just be my opponent's misplaying, but they feel really good, I gotta say. Alright. So we got a pretty wacky game against Chaos. Our build revolves around juicing up our Blade Singers to make them as strong as possible. We can heal cap them because we have a million sources of healing. Berry Wine. We got Apotheosis. We got Double Zoat with Earthbloods and Flesh to Stone for days. We got Helm of Discord on our Lord here. And of course, we got Blade Singers. They, right now, have 20% physical resist. With Pan's Impenetrable Pelt, 20% physical resist. Can boost them to 75 armor. We can, what's it? There was another buff to physical resist somewhere, right? Oh yeah. We have Ancient's Protection for another 10%. This can't go wrong. We have Shield of Thorns for another 20%. Good luck, have fun to our opponent. I did that wrong, whatever. There we go. So we're just gonna lay down all the spells. Watch this guy bring 6 missile cav. That would be rough. That would be rough, I will say. What's his army size? Wow, we didn't even hit 300 units. This is an illegal army. We're cheaters, guys. Oh my gosh, but like, oh man, just take like a 60 unit thing instead of Way Watchers. I don't know, but oh man, this is so exciting. This is so exciting. Your update is still downloading after 3 hours? Jeez, man. Gotta find yourself some better internet. That sucks. Oh man, but you know, I'll be here to provide what entertainment I can while you guys get your updates for the DLC going. And we're just gonna cross our fingers to make sure that we don't have that we don't die to Burning Head. Because we can lose the game instantly if we get bad if we get hit by magic. Because you live in England, you have bad internet? Oh jeez. Oh hey, he does have a ton of skirmish cavalry. But whatever. Okay. Nice. Just gonna charge in. You're just gonna charge in. Okay. Here. You can charge in. Guess what? My Blade Singers, they have 105 armor. Look at that damage. Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you know what? Let's give these guys 1,000,000 armor too, why not, right? And then let's heal them too. Look at that, 75 armor, 30 physical resist. They can just get shot at by javelins, it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, what is this? Okay, well there we go. So that's a good start to this battle. We'll turn on Fire at Will for those guys, and then I guess we can finally start zoning things out with the Zotes. There we go. We'll move in with the Zotes just to prevent a little bit of damage on them. And oh hey, look, we have the Chaos guys moving in. There's a Lord of Death in there. But you know what? Yeah, let's get an Overcast Shield of Thorns. Oh wow, he routed my Glade Lord. Pretty surprising there, I must say. Guess we'll throw a healing down on him. And then let's give these guys tons of damage. Also throw down another heal. And an aerial, you can put some damage in on those Chaos Marauders. We'll also throw down a Helm of Discord. And then we'll throw down a Pan's Impenetrable Pelt. Never mind, we don't have the Winds of Magic. No problem though. What's it? Oh, what the? There's Aspiring Champions here. He did it. The Mad Lad did it. He brought Aspiring Champions. Heal up the Blade Singers. Get those Oats to safety. Alright. Oh my gosh, this is just a disgusting build. Get the Zotes in. Fight those Aspiring Champions. Get our Blade Singers out of there. And then how much armor do Chosen have? They have enough. So we'll turn off Whirling Death so that we have AP again. And then we'll throw down another healing ability on the Blade Singers. Come on, Pans. Shield of Thorns? There we go. We'll give them Shield of Thorns. And okay, our Blade Singers are actually taking a bit of damage, which is worrying. But we'll give them armor. And hopefully they just win the grind. Give them another heal. You gotta heal cap them. Give those guys some armor. Bring the Zotes back in. Our Way Watchers are dying, which sort of sucks. But we can throw a Dart of Doom on this Lord of Death. How much damage that does? 300 damage. That's not bad. Good job, Ariel. Now, let's see. This is just a nasty big blob fight. We're gonna heal up our Blade Singers again. And hope for the best. Oh god. Oh man, was this the worst idea ever? Why are these Aspiring Champions not dying? Oh my gosh, their buff was too strong. Not like this. Not like this. Alright, Lord, you need to get there. And we're gonna have another Helm of Discord in just a second. I just need this, my Glade Lord to get in the thick of things. And there we go. We'll throw down that Helm of Discord. Ariel, charge that Exalted Hero. And throw down some more AoE. Oh man, not like this. No. No, not like this. He actually bought Aspiring Champions. I should have known. Ariel, heal those Blade Singers. Keep them alive. Oh man. Like the holding out okay. Oh man, our Zotes are back, but their abilities are spent. We have one routed unit of Blade Singers. Looks like the other one might actually get terrified. Come on, kill the Exalted Hero, Ariel. Oh no. They're called Aspiring Champions. Am I saying it right? Oh no. Okay. Well, it's up to Ariel then. Oh no, we have no infantry. Oh no. Oh no, I thought we had it, guys. Not like this. Not like this. Alright, well, Ariel, how well do you do in a fight? Let's see, she doesn't have any magic resist. She has the support of the Glade Lord, but he's not going to do too well. And we have the Marauder Horseman cycle charging us now. But Ariel, she does cause terror, and she is unbreakable. So let's use a Dart of Doom. There we go. That almost killed the Exalted Hero, so that's actually pretty good. But she's up against chosen halberds. Let's see here. They got 60 melee defense, 39 melee attack. Ariel is at 40 and 50, so she will surely die to them. Do the aspiring champions have immune to psychology? They don't. Oh man, that HP buff. These guys would be dead right now. Alright, but I want to see how well Ariel does. Because she's pretty good, right? Like, look at her. She's fighting head on against chosen halberds. And she's holding her ground okay. But, you know, she causes terror too. The exalted heroes are dying. But one charges in. And yeah, I think she does die to chosen halberds here. But she holds up surprisingly well. Can she kill the exalted hero? I think it comes down to that. No, it does not. Oh man, she can't even hit him. She can't even hit him. Come on. Oh man, that's it. Nah, she's out. GG. Oh no. Oh no, and I thought, oh, imagine a soul stealer. Oh, dude, that's what we were missing. Clearly, that was the only thing we were missing for this build. A nice, juicy soul stealer. That actually would have been epic, though. And aspiring champions. Okay, let's see this. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, man, that's embarrassing. Oh, man. Ooh, oh, that's bad, too. How did these guys do? Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. Ah, man. All right. Okay, so new plan. I think blade singers are probably meant for medium armored infantry. That, or maybe I just used them really badly, which is also an option here. Let's see. Man, how did Ariel do? Man, she didn't do that well either. All right, you know what? In the future, we'll just kite chaos. We'll take an air force. Alright, so we've loaded into the game pretty quickly this time, and we're trying to make Skaven work once again. We've gone for a rush with a ton of monsters against Norska, trying to out Norska itself. So we brought pack rats again, or wolf rats, just to really try our best to make them work. But with each passing game, I begin to get more and more skeptical. However, we shall not relent. We're gonna see if we can do it. We also have the Regiment of Renowned Rat Ogres. Nice, because they have Frenzy. And they have the Berserk ability. Pretty good. So good luck, have fun to our opponent. Looks like he's already ready to go. With a similarly sized army. But I'd be worried if I were him. I have quite a bit here. Looking at what he has, gone for Marauder Javelins, Shaman Sorcerer of Death, Throg, and a bunch of Skin Wolves. So we'll really have to make sure we deal with those Marauder Hunter Javelins, and make sure that they can't shoot my Hellpit Abomination to death. I'd say that's my main worry. Skin Wolf Werekin is also something that we'll have to pay attention to. But, you know, maybe our wolf rats will be able to prove their usefulness here. So let's continue to make our advance. Use our plague monks to engage. And then gotta be real careful. Our mobile hero squad. Going to dive this way. Going to summon Ixa's Triads. There we go. Gonna use these guys to distract the javelins. And then use our lords to begin cycle charging. Hellpit Abomination is taking a lot of damage. So you know what? I think Thwot can just throw down 1000 HP on top of it. We'll also throw down our Rat Ogre summon, which is instant. Wow, that's good. And use them to pin down the javelins. Meanwhile, our rats can run away, distracting a very expensive unit of Skin Wolves. And then we'll just continue to move our Hellpit Abomination back. You know what? It's even doing so well in combat. We're just going to use it to cycle charge. So there we go. We pull it back a tiny bit. And then we charge it back in with the buffs of our hero and lord. And then I think it should be able to run over Throg. Meanwhile, our wolf rat's doing a very nice job distracting those skin wolves. Are going to continue to run around and cause some trouble. And then you know what? It's probably a good time we bring that Hell Pit Abomination back. I do not want it to die. So yeah, it will just be moving back. And while it does, let's just give our troops some armor. Oh man, that was a nice heal from the Hell Pit Abomination. So nice. It's our lords against his. But we have the infantry advantage here. Skin wolves are running, and our wolf rats are still operational. They're going to move in to shut down some javelins, and our Hell Pit can use the fluid injection to boost its attack. Thought in the meantime can probably focus on cycle charging. And we'll use our Brood Horror here, hero, to snipe off Skinwolf models. He can buff Thwart to make sure that he doesn't rout, which will be good for us. We do lose our Wolf Rats, though, in the midst of that. It's a bit of a problem. But Thwart's safe. Our hero is doing okay, but best to cycle charge with him. And our Rat Ogres are doing pretty well. They've been sitting in combat for a while, presumably getting quite a bit of value. Meanwhile, in this large blob over here, I think it'll be good to bring in our more infantry. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then pull back the Ixcha's Triads, so that we can get another one of their summons. Also get our Plague Monks, clear out some Marauders. And now that those Marauders on the flank are routed, can begin looping around. Let's see. Looks like oh, there we go. We can cast it, and nice. We got another unit of Triads that we can use to pin down our javelins. In fact, it looks like they're even distracting some Norskin wolves, which is good for us. Thwart has another heal up. He can use that on the Packmaster, who does not have any innate healing of his own. And then we should be good. Our troops are actually getting pretty close to getting heal capped here. So let's just throw down another big buff on our guys, and it's actually feeling like I'm having a little bit of a hard time controlling these monsters. Although that isn't exactly a skill that I'm super well practiced in. But it seems like they're getting stuck up quite a bit. The Hell Pit Abomination 2 is now heal capped. So we'll throw in whatever buffs we can on it to make sure it doesn't die. See if we can take out Throg. But suddenly things start to turn against us, as Throg's fighting capability is actually really shutting down our monster squad. Seems like Norska coming out on top of the Skaven, showing that they are the true monster hunters. As we hit army losses, our opponent giving us the GG. Since it does seem like this is game. But perhaps, you know what? Perhaps there is a way for us to come back here. We have some skin wolves routing, which is a plus. But I think that's army losses. I'm not sure. Yeah, we lose our lord, we lose our hero, and GG. Man, Skaven is really not working out for me. Such high hopes. We did manage to get just on par even with one of the wolf rats. Oh man, these guys disappoint every time. Let's see, they changed collision a lot in the patch. Ooh, that's true. Maybe that's why my guys were getting stuck. Hell Pit Abomination not paying for itself. Same with the Rat Ogres, man. Skaven, why do you disappoint? It's probably just me though. I think I could probably be playing better. But, oh man, they're near you and that's not looking too good in multiplayer. But okay, we're loaded in. Wood Elves against Dark Elves. A bad matchup for the Dark Elves traditionally, which will presumably get worse with this update. Gone for a mixed army. of few infantry, but a lot of elite units. We got our 2 stag knights. We got way watchers. We'll put in front. Come on, go in front. There we go. We also have the good old double glade captain, who have been doing absolutely excellent currently. And of course, got some blade singers who will do very well against any infantry spam that the Dark Elves bring towards us. So I'm liking this build so far. Let's see how it goes. For the Dark Elves, we have Dark Rider crossbows, which we can shoot with the Glade Captains. So a good start already. Looks like they might decide to move up, and there's actually a lot of infantry here. So I'm going to turn on the bonus damage on those guys, and ooh, a nice dodge from my opponent. Avoids a lot of damage, but our Way Watchers aren't taking too much counterfire from these Dark Rider crossbows. We're also going to begin kiting away from our opponent to avoid to get as much damage in with our Way Watchers as possible. Our opponent is, however, doing very well at dodging, but we're chipping away at them, especially with the double glade captain. See, we've already routed 1 unit of repeater crossbows, and ooh, we finally land a solid hit, taking out. Oh, that's a breath attack from the Chill of Sontar. Let's just dodge that real quick. There we go. And okay, we got Slanesh's Harvesters. Let's send in our Glade Captains against them. Shoot the Sisters of Singing Doom, and continue kiting away from the Dark Elf forces. Oh, let's see. Looks like those guys want to engage my cavalry. We'll continue to play keep away. And nice, a solid Way Watcher volley. Does pretty good there. Just continuing to kite, continuing to shoot with the Way Watchers. Just having a nice time against Dark Elves, giving them quite a bit of trouble. And you know what? I think we can actually start focusing the Chill of Sontar. We do take a pretty big hit on our Stag Sylvan Knights over there. And yeah, having them fight Slanesh's Harvesters was a very bad idea by the looks of it. Okay. So they take a huge beating. But we have won the skirmish side of things. And the Sylvan Knights do live, although they are a little bit battered at this point. Our Way Watchers also have to continue running away, but our Stag Knights are just so good against infantry. Oh, nice pendulum coming from our opponent. Takes out half HP on our Blade Singers. Hurts a lot for sure, but I think we're still doing okay. Our Way Watchers are in a very safe position, and our Blade Singers will still be able to get nice value in. Just continue pulling those Way Watchers back though, and use our Sylvan Knights to take care of those archers. Chill of Sontar going down now is nice for us. Unprotected Dark Shards is a good sign too. And let's see, our Lord is actually winning that duel. We'll throw down a regrowth on these Blade Singers because they do so well here. And although we do lose our I think we're about to lose our Sylvan Knights, which sucks. At the very least, nah, that was just a misplay. but we're winning in the balance of power wise. Malice, I thought. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, Malice is there. We can snipe him out with Way Watchers though. There we go. We take out about half of his HP. Nice. And he transforms. Now there is the Shadowcaster over there, which causes some problems. And Malice doesn't take nearly as much damage anymore from his transformation. So we're just gonna have to play keep away from him. And we'll probably have to actually fight him at some point. So let's see. He's not moving at this point, so a nice time to shoot a volley. You take out half of his HP. And sadly, he will take out a one-way watcher unit. Actually, no, he doesn't. He turns around, we shoot him in the back, and get quite a bit of value. Meanwhile, the Glade Captains, showing their prowess, they're still at full HP, and they just continue to fight with a ton of ammo. I think they're actually, those guys might be a little bit overpowered, I gotta say. I can't confirm yet, but they have been doing so well. Look at that, almost. They're only halfway through their ammo. You don't even have to turn off fire at will for them. Let's see, Malice. He's still doing very well. And he might chase down my Lord. But I think our double Glade Captain with anti-large can just goon him out. Let's take a look here. One charges in, a second one charges in, misses. But it doesn't matter, our opponent has left the game. Nice. Well, there we go. Can take a screenshot over there. And go into a little bit of post-game analysis. Glade Captains are amazing. 600 damage value. And they took no damage themselves. They could have kept fighting, and likely would have paid for themselves. Spell Weaver, of course, just a caster, so nothing special there. And let's look at these knights. Oh man, oh that's embarrassing. Let's not look at that. Oh man, oh that hurts. Do not engage Sylvan Knights on Slaanesha's Harvesters. I think that's an important lesson we learned today. And do use Blade Dancers. What are they called? Blade Dancers? I'm not sure. They did really well. Even though they did get shot a lot, they were really nice against chaff. So nice. Now for this game, we're up against Dark Elves again, and we've changed to a different build. This time going for a crazy amount of Treekin. Now before, these guys were really bad because they didn't do a lot of damage and AP missiles would just kill them. But like if you look at them, 15 missile resist, 20% physical resist, and 90 armor. I think even crossbow riders wouldn't really do too much damage to them. But just in case, we've brought a whole ton of flying units to shut down any crossbow riders that come our way. And then hopefully we'll be able to win the air game with this setup. So good luck, have fun to our opponent. We will just be taking out key priority targets with the flying squad. And then definitely win the infantry fight with this ground force. Your opponent is going to be unable to see the wood for the trees. If that's true. Now it looks like our opponent has gone for Malekith. Everyone's been going for Malice recently. I was expecting to see him again. And he just has Corsairs for his range. Where'd his money go? To Cold One Knights? Oh god, this is gonna be real bad. Oh no, this is really bad for our opponent. He has no anti-air. So the way to punish this, guys, is to just kill him. So yeah. We're just gonna kill him. He can't really do much versus our Hawk Riders, although wow. Those handbows get buffed or something? Those shots looked pretty cool. Like they were shooting a lot faster than I would have expected. But okay, yeah, we'll just continue to fly around and just kill all these Cold One Knights. We have no reason to engage our opponent, as cruel as that may be. And you know, we can even shoot at the Black Art Corsairs too. It doesn't do that much damage though, so not really worth it. I wonder how well the AoE shot on the Sisters of Twilight does though. She can fire it off. Let's see, Cold One Knights are now moving in. Is she firing? There we go. It does decent damage. it's sort of hard to get it to hit properly. But, you know, no problem. We're also seeing the might of the treekin here. Yeah, they held out real well there. And took basically no damage on the charge. Speaking of, we have another charge going in. Means that we have a good time for a pendulum. And there we go. That's about 1,000 gold value for us. And with a little bit of micro from our Hawk Riders, just continue to keep them away from these Black Ark Corsairs. And we're actually seeing my Wood Elf army win a head-on fight here. So that's pretty nice. Can throw down some healing. And you know what? Just kill the Lord. I think the sisters here, Sisters of Twilight, are actually pretty good at sniping out lords. Although she's having a hard time casting that Eagle Quiver ability. Not sure exactly what's going on there. Come on. Just fire. Alright, well, Sisters of Twilight deciding to rebel. They do finally fire on that Lord. Man, they're having a hard time shooting. I'm not sure exactly what's up with that. Maybe if we just go further away, then we can use this Eagle Quiver ability. I'm not sure. So let's move further away. Use the Eagle Quiver. And there we go. That actually does quite a bit of damage to the Supreme Sorcerer of Death. And we can just go ahead and finish them off. Meanwhile, our tree men are doing extremely well in the fight. And you can see here, yeah, they're still at 11 models too. Wow. Now, we also, ooh, I see a nice opportunity to charge these guys in the back with our Hawk Riders. That'll get them to rout, and then we can pull them away. Meanwhile, the Sisters of Twilight, we've conserved a lot of their ammo, which lets us use them. Snipe out Malekith. So we'll just stay right on top of him. And then use all of our ammunition for that. Our tree man is continuing to hold, and they're just buying a ton of time for our Air Force to maximize their damage. Treekin still alive at 37 kills. They've nearly paid for themselves, which is good for them. And now with the snipe on Malekith, I think we should have a victory. I did miss micro my Blade Singers though. I think they took a little bit more damage than they should have. I'm not sure exactly. But anyways, we're going to continue to snipe out Malekith. A little bit hard since he's on top of a tree man right now. But it looks like we're still getting our shots through, which is nice. And as soon as these Hawk Riders run out of ammunition, they can start cycle charging too. They're actually pretty decent on the charge with 42 charge bonus and AP damage. They're actually pretty vicious. Now, oh wow, it looks like Malekith actually took out the tree man, which is pretty big. But now I really want to see how well this spread shot does against a large group like this. I think it actually does okay. Let's see, let's get another shot in. I'm not sure how well it does. I'm not sure how I feel about how the control of the sisters works. Sometimes it feels like they don't shoot. But I don't know, we'll have to investigate that later. We'll just throw down another heal. And take a look at these tree men. They are these tree kin. Sitting at 38 kills, and yeah, they've actually paid for themselves in value. So that's nice, and they've definitely paid for themselves in how long they've been able to hold the line, which have just let my Hawk Riders shoot for the entire game. Now, let's see if we can get this this Eagle Quiver on Malekith. It looks like it's not exactly working. In fact, we're even losing some ground on the melee front. I have to be a bit careful there. And I'm actually a little bit worried. Let's see, let's throw in a... oh man, my Branch Wraith is getting knocked around. These guys are routing. Alright, we've been doing good this game, but we gotta be careful. Malekith is finally about to die. We have our tree man back. I'm not sure how that happened. He was getting chased off. But in just a second, we'll have Malekith out of the battle. And there isn't enough ammunition here to really keep my eagles away. So we'll be able to use them to cycle charge. If that's even needed. The branch rate is heal capped. And yeah, for now, let's just chase off these guys who are running. Our tree man is caught up in Corsairs, which I think is a fine fight for him. And now that it's just my branch rate left, we can just have the infantry clump up, and we can use that nice AoE damage shot to shut them down. So GG to our opponent. And yeah, a surprisingly decent build, although it got a little bit sketchy there. We could have controlled better for sure, though. Nice. Alright, so that build felt a little bit sketchier than the last. The Cold One Knights got to do a lot of cycle charging, but let's look at those damage values. Our Air Force basically paid for themselves. The Sisters of Twilight didn't really pay for themselves. I think either they just have a really slow fire rate, or I'm screwing something up, because it feels like they're not shooting a lot of the time. Let's see. The Blade Singers. Oh, I thought I misplayed with them, but they actually paid for themselves too. The interesting thing is that you see people take a lot of chaff versus the Wood Elves to avoid kite. But when they do that, they open themselves to Blade Singers. Our Treekin also did pretty good. This one actually was very worth it. And as for the Tree Man, he did good too. So yeah, I think Wood Elves actually stand up decently well in this straight up fight now.